you tired of tangled yarn when you're knitting and crocheting? Well, it may be time for you to escape your yarn entanglement with the new and original Twirl and Purl yarn caddy. This portable solution is going to assist you in your everyday knitting and crochet, especially if you're someone who likes to knit and crochet in not so normal places where we can occasionally find ourselves, like in the car, in the woods, or even just random places in our home. And Anne is Twin Mommy Creations. You have heard me speak about her before because last year I showed these really adorable acrylic stitch markers that were in resemblance of the McDonald's 80s Halloween buckets that you used to get your Happy Meals in. Yeah, she has amazing stuff, and she has some beautifully dyed yarn. I have some, but I saw some on her recent table that she showed, or she did a fiber show. There's new colors that I need to check out. Seriously, this little thing is pretty awesome. The Twirl and Purl is from Twin Mommy Creations, also Twin Mommy Creations on Instagram. And this little portable caddy is going to be the perfect solution to keep you from having tangles in your yarn while you're knitting and crocheting. And you can use it anywhere. I do want to give full disclosure, I was sent this kit to review. However, as with all my reviews, that doesn't sway my opinion. I'm going to give you my full honest review. But I am going to tell you, when she contacted me about this, I was already pretty excited about it because I had been wanting something like this. And now you can have one too. So the kit is really easy to open. It comes in the package and it comes flat like this with cardboard. You're just going to pull it out and then you're really ready to get going. I do really love the slick design of this. So when you're traveling, you can just take it apart. You can actually hang on to this, put it back in here, and then you can stick it in your laptop case. Included in the kit, you do get this little card that tells you how to use it. It's going to have 3 different hanging solutions. So the first one is going to be the smaller clip. You're going to get this binder ring, and you're going to get this leatherette strap. When I got my box, this was not included yet. She sent it to me a few days later. But when you order yours, you can pre-order them now, you will get to choose your color. This is the teal. It comes in a brown, a red, and a gray. And so when you pick yours out, you just pick out your color and it will actually come in your package. Get yours, all 3 rings will have the lobster claws on them like this. And that is so you can actually attach it to the system itself. I'm going to go over all 3 of these rings, but honestly, I would have just been happy with this ring because this is what I mostly use. But I do love the convenience of all 3. When you get ready to put it together, you remove the pieces from your shipper. And we are going to find the center of our cake. If strands get caught, I do not think it's going to matter. However, I'm going to avoid getting strands caught just because. And you're going to take the top piece, slide it into the top of your cake, take the bottom piece, which does not have the yellow ring, and slide it perpendicular into the unit. And you're done. That's it. That's all you have to do to set up your Twirl and Purl yarn caddy. Now let's look at the rings and decide which one we're going to use. We're going to go with the wrist strap for this demonstration. You use your lobster claw, attach it, and then as you're knitting and pulling from your cake, this is going to twirl. And look how easy it just spins. It does not have overspin, so you don't have to worry about your yarn flying off and causing a tangled mess. It just kind of goes with whatever you pull, and I think that is very important. I also want to point out this little area that Anne developed onto this. This is going to be where you can actually add some stitch markers. What I like to do is when not in use, I wrap the yarn around and put it in there, and that keeps my yarn from coming out and tangling when I'm not using it, but it's mainly used for stitch markers. This is typically my most used kind of knitting stitch marker. These are just the larger round jump rings. The way this works is you actually just take them and you can slide them in and slide them down, and they can stay on there and they just kind of hang. I did find that some of my lobster claws did not want to really go in this thing very well, so I'm not sure that they would be the best to use with it. But these bigger jump rings are perfect. Thing in, I don't even use for this. So my favorite functionality for this is literally just to wrap my yarn in there and get it to stay. and I'm extremely happy with that. I mean, you could add a little ring marker here and then hang some lobster claws from it because there's this little small hole here. I don't know if that's something that's going to be on all of them. I do have a prototype, so that may not be there when you receive yours. I'm not really sure. Now let's look at all the places that I have personally used my Twirl and Purl, because I've had this for several weeks and I've been busy. It does come with this little yellow ring. Mine is yellow. I think the listing says that it would be color coordinated with whatever color strap you get. So if you're someone who has a hard time with these lobster claws, you can just snap that open and then change them out that way, just to make it a little bit easier for you. The first ring we're going to talk about, though, is this large ring. Honestly, if it just came with this one ring, I would have been extremely happy. But this thing is my go-to ring and what I use the most in my own trial and error run. I've used this ring pretty much every day from day-to-day activities. The first place I mainly use this is when I'm sitting in the living room. I have this little table that comes out from under my chair that my laptop sits on. And I'm able to clip this to the bar underneath it, so I can sit in my recliner and knit and crochet, and it just spins effortlessly with my yarn coming off and allows me to knit and crochet faster and have even tension. The second place I like to use this ring is in the bedroom. I have a wall-mounted IKEA light, and I just pop this open at night and stick this on my side wall light, and I'm able to knit and crochet in bed. It has been the perfect wind down situation for me every day. Another great way that I've used this larger ring is just sitting out in the woods. Started this series on my channel called A Yarn in the Woods, and I'm able to hang this down from a branch when I'm knitting and crocheting. It's so large, it will fit around my hand easily, and it can accommodate a large size limb. Also, you've seen me use this sitting in my swing. I just pop this open and put it on the bar of the swing, and I can sit back and knit and crochet there as well. But if you're someone who is maybe tailgating this year or does a lot of camping, this is something that you may really want to consider and easily attach it to even the bars of those pop-up tents. You can sit there and knit and crochet and not have to worry about your cake rolling around in the dirt or getting out of your yarn bag. And it does make it a little bit easier to knit and crochet when it's freely hanging and easy to pull from. And while this larger ring does fit easily around my wrist, and it was nice enough to send us something that is even made to wear around your wrist. So we're just going to open this up, pop this one off, and we're going to stick on our wrist strap. Now this is the teal color. There are 4 colors to choose from, but this is a leatherette strap, and this thing is really nice. It is super lightweight. This material on the inside is super soft. These edges are not a problem on my skin, and I have very sensitive skin. But they did not bother me at all, and it just hangs perfectly. So when you're walking, if you're out doing some kind of yarn show this year or fall festivals, you can actually have this hanging from your wrist, and you can knit and crochet as you walk and not get caught on anything. And it's really not heavy at all. Like, it's really, really nice. I have bigger hands. My hand can easily fit in here, but even if I make a full fist, it still fits around. It does have the Twirl and Purl name on it. And on the back side, it does have Twin Mommy Creations brand. And I do enjoy using this. I've already tried it walking around my own woods, and I can see that this being something that I grab, especially when we go to the park. But I'm super happy and thankful that she added that. So now that we've got done talking about this one, let's look at this smaller ring. This smaller ring is a stainless steel loop. Anne mentions on this little card that she sends with your order that it would be perfect to hang on your belt loop or use on the visor of your car. Before we get into that, I do want to say a couple of things about car usage. Number one, this larger hook will work great on your rearview mirror. I tried it on mine. It's so easy to open and close. Mine has this very small area, and it just easily slides right in, so I can hang it there. However, you do not want to leave it there when you're riding around, because in many states it can be considered illegal because it does block your field of view. Second thing I do want to say is that While I had it there, I had my husband and my son both give me a little bit of their input, and they both said it's very distracting. So if you're a passenger, that may not be the best solution of where to hang it, because you could be causing a distraction to your driver, and we don't want anybody to get hurt. Saying those things, this is the perfect thing to hang from your rearview mirror. So if you are a parent who has to sit in the car rider line for several hours a day,
all day.
Or if you're someone who travels a road that constantly has issues with traffic and maybe you sit still on the interstate for a couple hours a day, it would be a great place to hang to knit and crochet during those stopped times, and then you can easily take it down when it's time to move again. What I found I enjoyed most of all for the car was this one. This is a super thin, pliable, and this is super easy to pop open your sun visor, stick it in, and then close it back. Because it's pliable, it can bend, and so it can just kind of hang out there all the time. Even when not in use, you can just undo it from the yellow little plastic clip and put it back up when it's time to get in the passenger side and work on a project while someone else is driving you around. I do want to say that in true Kim fashion, at the end of this video, there's going to be a blooper reel. When I was recording, I could not for the life of me remember what those side mirrors sun visors were called. And so I just added that into the end of this video for your viewing pleasure, mainly because it's just a Kim thing. But for me, this is the winning combo for this ring, was the sun visor. It was just the best position because I like to have my yarn coming from the left-hand side when I'm knitting and crocheting. But if you're someone who likes to have it from the right-hand side, you may have one of those handles, and that would be a great place. Even in the back passenger side, those are usually there. So if you're in the back row, you can easily hang this down from one of those handles or your clothing hook and have it there while you're riding, and so you can knit and crochet. I like it from the left, so like I said, that visor is going to be the perfect place for me, and I would just take this yellow part off and just leave this in the car all the time, so the next time I get in, I can just pop it on and have tangle-free crafting time while I'm getting to enjoy my ride. More time wasted trying to bend over and pick up the yarn cake that has fallen on the floor, because you know it always happens. My yarn caddy just keeps everything going, increasing my productivity. So why wait? Say goodbye to your life of entanglement, runaway yarn cakes, and get your hands on one of the Twirls and Purls from Twin Mommy Creations today by clicking her website down below and picking out your color of your leatherette strap. Get on the road to a fun and happy knit or crochet. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please hit that thumbs up and consider subscribing so you can have more fun yarny reviews and yarn related conversations. Why can't I think of this word? Pull down mirror. I don't know what this word is.